most equations that we learned so far how to solve had only one solution. One solution means that there is only one possible answer or one possible value that makes the equation true, so the equation is completely balanced. So let's say variable equal constant could be something like x equals 7. If I put x equals 7 on my scale, the question is, what is the value of x to equal 7? That is 7. So 7 equals 7. The x value is 7, and that's the only number that I can put on the scale to keep the balance. What if instead of x I put 5? Well, 5 doesn't equal 7. That will tip the balance. So the value of the variable is the number x equal, let's say, 7. The type of equations can be, let's say, variable plus constant equal a constant, so plus or minus. What does that mean? That means that, let's say I have an equation, variable term plus a constant equals another constant. So when I solve this equation, I subtract the 6 using inverse operations, divide the 2, and I find the value of my equation 2, and that's the only value that makes the equation true. So by plugging in the original equation, I have 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 6 equals 10. There is no other value that will make this equation true. The equation has only one solution. Let's say I miscalculated and I found the value 5. Well, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 6 will be 16, not the 10. So this equation can only have one solution, and the only solution is 2. Let's say a variable term and a constant term combined together, either added or subtracted, and then equal another variable term. So that could look like this. Let's say negative 1x, that would be a variable term, plus a constant 4 equals another variable term, let's say 1x. So when I solve, I need to have variables on one side, constants on the other. So since I have a variable here and a variable here, I need to bring them together. I'm going to take this variable and move it over here using the inverse operation, leaving the constant on the left hand side. 1x plus 1x will be 2x, and then I divide by 2, and here's my solution 2 for this particular equation. So one solution means just one answer. Constant equal variable plus another variable. So let's say, or minus, doesn't matter. So this equation can look like this. Let's say 8 is the constant equal a variable term could be 1x, and another variable term can be 3x. So I have a constant and then 2 different variable terms added together. So 8 will equal 4x if I combine the like terms, and if I divide by 4, my solution is 2. And I picked those equations with the same solution, just so we can see that we have different types of equation, but they can all have the same answer. So a few more examples. Variable term plus constant equals constant. Using inverse operation, if we solve the equation, negative and negative we add, negative 16, divide by 2, x will be negative 8. So we found the value of the variable that makes the equation true. Solving equations with variables on one side and the other. From one side to the other, you can make a choice. Where do you want your variables to be and where do you want your constants to be? So I like the variables to be on the left and constants on the right. I'm going to use the inverse operation to remove the constant from the variable side. 3x equals negative 2x plus 20. And then I'll use the inverse operation on the variable term, plus 2x, to remove the variable term from the constant side. So I have my variable equal constant, divide by 5, and find the value of the variable, which is 4. So the equation has the solution 4. One solution. That is the only number that being replaced in the equation will make the equation true. And our third case, if I have constant equal variable, so I have variable combined together, that would be 1y minus 4y, that would be negative 3y, and then divide by negative 3 because the variable is multiplied by negative 3, gives me the variable on the right side and the constant on the left. So negative, because positive divided by negative is negative, 6. One solution. So the problem being solved results to only one answer.